Agriculture House OBX for Sale Real Estate Group, coming to you from this cold, fallish day on the Outer Banks. It's like 62 degrees outside today, but it's cloudy and overcast and drizzly and it feels cold. We are here to do our market update for the month of September. And we're going to dive into Dare County first, like we always do. And I apologize for my voice. I've got something going on where I totally lost my voice last week, and it's slowly coming back. But for the month of September in Dare County, remember I separate the Northeastern North Carolina area that I cover by county: Dare County, Currituck, including Corolla, which is still on the beaches of Dare. And then we go into Camden and Pasquotank County in Elizabeth City. So single family homes, condos, townhouses, apartments in Dare County is first for September 2025. We are still looking at kind of a balanced market, edging to a balanced market. Overall in Dare County, there's 4.52 months of inventory on the market. I have cautioned you in the past couple months that that is the overall tale of the entire market. It really, really varies from micro market to micro market. So for instance, in Corolla, there's over 8 months of inventory on the market up there. It is not a seller's market. If you want to sell, there's a completely different conversation that has to occur around that, your market stats. So sellers in Corolla need to know these stats. All sellers should know their stats, but it does vary wildly from market to market. So definitely, if you're interested in buying or selling, dig down into the micro market in which you're either located in or looking to purchase in. So overall, 4.5 months worth of inventory, up slightly month over month. Our list to sold price is at 97.1. Median days on market in RPR is 41. I use RPR, and that pulls in all the data from Outer Banks Association of MLS, and it brings in like for sale by owners and things like that as well. The median sold price was $668,750, and that is up 11.46%. Overall, some of the pricing is down in Dare County slightly, but again, that is your median numbers for the entire county. In the month of September, we saw 142 new listings come on the market. That was up 7.6% month over month. That's pretty normal. Fall is our second busiest season for sales, for listings coming on and for properties going under contract all throughout the fall. When the homes are not rented, they're easier to show, that type of thing. So spring is always more robust, but that is a typical trend for the fall season. The median price of those homes coming on the market was $687,000, and that's down almost 2% month over month. We have a total of 472 active listings on the market. Their days on market, median days on market, is 91. That's down 6.2% month over month. But the overall median days on market is 41. But your active listings that have not yet gone under contract, median days on market are 91. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. In the month of September, we saw 93 properties go under contract. That's down almost 15% month over month. And their median days on market was just 36. That's down 16.3%. What the market is telling us is if it's priced right, it's going to sell. The buyers are there. It's going to sell. It's going to sell for a higher list to sales price ratio, and it's going to sell faster and oftentimes still with multiple offers. So getting your pricing strategy correct is more important than ever as our days on market continue to go up. A pricing strategy is more than just what your neighbor's house sold for. It's really digging down into the micro stats. Does your house have a new roof? Does it of polybutylene piping is the condition of it worthy of the price. Do you have the upgrades that the buyers are looking for? And if you don't, it's going to sit, or you're going to have to do those upgrades, or you're going to have to reduce the price. So pricing strategies really, really matter. Get out and look, take a hard look at what your competition is and make sure you're priced right. There's 171 pending listings on the market in Dare County. That number is up 5.6% month over month. Their median days on market were 88. That was up 95.6%. Again, days on market tells us the tale of everything, right? If its average days on market is 2, we know it's a seller's market. We know the list to sales price ratio is going to be very high. But as those days creep up, we become more of a buyer's market, and it's not the seller and the price that he wants that dictates what sells. It's going to be more of the buyers and the buyer trend. We saw 98 properties close in the month of September. That was down 13.3%. The sold to list price was 97.06%. That's down just slightly month over month. And our median days on market was just 41 days. That is up almost 14%. We have, again, to recap, 4.52 months worth of inventory on the market in Dare County. This is up just slightly, 0.2%, and it is down 7% year over year. So that's up Dare County, and now we are going to jump into Currituck County. And so Currituck County is includes all of the Currituck mainland from the Wright Memorial Bridge at Kitty Hawk all the way to the state line in Moyock, and it includes all of Corolla and the 4x4 area. So Currituck County in September saw the inventory come down 7.6%. We have 4.86 months worth of inventory in all of Currituck. That is all of Currituck. When you look at Currituck mainland versus Corolla, it is definitely the tale of two stories. Currituck mainland probably has about 2 months worth of inventory, where Corolla has 8 months worth of inventory. So again, your micro market really, really matters. Your sold to list price is 98.7, and you saw properties sell within 36 days. The median days on market was 36 days, and that's up 20% month over month. We saw 79 new listings come to the market in Currituck for the month of September. That is down 25.5%. We have a total of 392 active properties on the market in Currituck County. That is down 7.1%. The median days on the market is 96. That is up 4.3% month over month. And in the month of September, we saw 77 properties go under contract. That was up 20.3%. Their median days on market was just 50. Even though that's a higher number, it's up 22%, but it's definitely lower than the 96 for the active listings. Same tale as in Dare County. We have 198 pending listings in Currituck County for September, with 51 days on the market. And sold properties, we saw 62 properties close. That is down 3.1%. And the sold to list price was 98.72%, and that is down 1.1% month over month. Those sold properties, even though the median days on market month over month is up 20%, those sold properties sold in just 36 days. Again, pricing strategy matters. I feel like I say that over and over and over again every single month, but it's so true. So Currituck County, you've got 4.86 months worth of inventory on the market. That is down 7.6% month over month, and it is up for almost 5% year over year. So that was Currituck County, but let's jump into Corolla for a minute. Corolla, just to show you the the side of those two tails is in a buyer's market, well into a buyer's market, not even a balanced market, with 8 months worth of inventory on the market. Now we're down on inventory 15.73% month over month, but it's still 8 months worth of inventory on the market. Your list to sold price is down 1% month over month to 96.3, and your median days on market in September were 65 days. New listings, we saw 30 come on. That is down 28.6%. We have a total of 152 listings in the Corolla market. That's down 11%. That's good. The median days on market for those is 99 days. And that is down almost 4%. So that's a little good too for the sellers that are sitting on the market. We saw just 31 properties go under contract in the month of September. That is up 63.2%. We're going into that fall selling season. Median days on market for those properties was 100 days, up 163.2% month over month. We saw 49 properties go pending with an average of 133 days on the market. That was up 146.3% as well. Sold listings, we saw 17 properties sell. That is up almost 89% month over month. And the list to sales price of those sold properties was 96.3%, with median days on market of 65 days. So definitely less than the 99 or 100 days that you're seeing for actives. So again, to recap, we have 8 months worth of inventory on the market in Corolla. We're down month over month almost 16%, but we're up 33.1% year over year. So big tail between Corolla and Currituck Mainland, big difference. Okay, let's jump into the Inner Banks, starting with Camden County. Camden County is edging more to a balanced market, but still pretty much a strong seller's market. It's 3.28 months worth of inventory on the market. That's a lot of inventory compared to what it was a year ago, but that number is actually down almost 16% this month. There is a moratorium on in Camden County for new subdivisions, so that'll be interesting to watch how that plays out and how that affects our inventory and whether we inch back into a strong seller's market. But we're definitely still a seller's market in Camden County. Your list to sold price in Camden is 96.9%. At one point in time, we were over 100%. So that has come down, and it's down 3.3% month over month. The median days on market in Camden is 23, and that number is up 35.29%, even though that's a small number. New listings, we saw 28 new listings come on in Camden in September. That's down almost 35% month over month. We have a total of just 67 properties on the market in Camden, and that number is down 8.2% month over month. The median list price is $449,800, and the median days in RPR for those active listings is 77 days. That's up 28.3%. So it just kind of shows you Camden is slowing a little bit. We have 33 pending listings in the month of September in Camden. That's down 17.5%. Median days on market for those was 25. Listen to this, guys. That number is a whopping 525% higher month over month. That's how quickly property was selling in Camden County. It's still selling quickly, but to have an increase of 525%, that's just a huge number. Pending listings, we've got 73 properties under contract in Camden. That's up 25.9%. Median days on market is not reporting there for some reason. We'll get down to the solds and see what they say. We saw 11 properties close in Camden last month. That's down 45% month over month. A lot of that has to do with, we've talked about this a lot. The seasonality of Camden and Pasquotank County is very different than the beaches. The beaches is a really hard spring market and then a decent fall market for buyers typically. But Camden and Elizabeth City are driven by more of a year-round market, the transfer season of the Coast Guard and the government contractors coming in and out. And even though people buy and sell houses year-round there, their biggest, strongest market is definitely spring into midsummer as the Coast Guard is moving around. We saw 11 properties close in Camden County. Their list of sold price was 96.94%. Their days on market was 23, and that list of sold price used to be over 100%. Again, to recap, we've got 3.28 months worth of inventory on the market. That's down almost 16% month over month, and it is down almost 22% year over year. So let's jump into Pasquotank County. I think I'm going to get through this today without losing my voice totally. Pasquotank County is sitting about dead center of a seller's market. It has definitely been a very strong seller's market over there as well, with usually around 1.5 months worth of inventory on the market. We're sitting at 2.8, almost 3 months worth of inventory. That number is up 6.06%. Our list to sold price is 98.9%, and median days on market is just 12 days. That's down 64.71%. We saw 83 new listings come on the market in Camden for the month of September. That number is down 1.2%. We have a total of 198 listings on the market in Camden, and that number is up almost 5.5%. And our median days on market for those active listings is 60. Our median days on market for your solds are like 12, but 60 for those active listings. Again, a lot of that speaks to price. We saw 61 new listings, or 61 properties go under contract in the month of September. That number is down 10.3% month over month. Median days on market was 27, and our median list price of those properties was $294,900. We have a total of 203 pending listings in Pasquotank County. That is down almost 5%. Median days on market was just 8, and that is down 38.5%. So Pasquotank County is still a very, very strong seller's market. You saw 74 properties sell in the month of September. That number is up almost 40% month over month. The list of sold price was 98.88%, down almost 1%. And that number used to be 100 and sometimes over 100. So that number has come down some. And our median days on market for those 74 properties that sold was just 12 days, and that is down 64.7%. We have 2.8 months of inventory on the market in Pasquotank County. That is up 6.1% month over month. And that wraps up our market trends for the month of September. Starting with Dare County, we did a little separate breakdown for Corolla, and then we went into the inner banks of Camden and Pasquotank County. And I've been spending a lot of time in Camden and Pasquotank County as well. I just closed on a property up on Mill Run Loop, and those were people transferring in from Connecticut that were working in Chesapeake but wanted to be in North Carolina for tax savings and land and just rural living versus city living. I sold one back in July on Clubhouse. I sold 2 on Driftwood out in Glen Cove in July. Sold one in Edenton, Edenton, which is actually Chowan County. And I've got one on Highway 17 South closing this week. I've got one at Adams Creek Landing townhomes or condominiums selling this week as well. And I have a listing at 1016 Riley Drive in Elizabeth City. That is a beautiful listing. I've shown almost every active listing in Elizabeth City in the last couple weeks, and none of them can hold a candle to 1016 Riley Drive. If you want to see a pretty listing, if you're interested in that market, that's a house to look up. That wraps up this report, and I will see you next month. If you find something helpful here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you so much.